For this problem, it asks you to write an equation through the points -6, -5, and 4, -3. So step 1, you need to find, you're going to use this equation, y minus y1 equals m, x minus x1. So you're going to need to find the slope is the first step. So if you did just a little bit of math and you divide it by x minus x1, just showing you where this comes from, you might have remembered this equation already. That's going to be your slope. Y minus y1 over x minus x1. We can even call this 2. It doesn't really matter. This is point 1 and this is point 2. This is my x and this is my y. This is my x and this is my y. So it doesn't really matter as long as you keep them in order, where you keep your first point together here and your second point together here. So it doesn't matter which one first. But the first step is finding the slope. This is slope. Okay, so y2 in this case is my second y point, which is -3, minus y1 is -5. Over x2 is going to be my second point, which is 4, minus my other x point, which is -6. So notice it's this minus, and then the point is actually -6 and -5. So this becomes -3 plus 5 over 4 plus 6. So -3 plus 5 is going to be 2, and 4 plus 6 is going to be 10. So this is 1 over 5, just dividing the top and the bottom by 2 to simplify to 1/5. Okay, so the second step is that I'm going to put it in the equation. And the equation that it's going to want is going to be this equation, same equation that we just used. But now I have the slope. So I have this here. So the slope is equal to 1/5, and that's going to be right there. So I'm just going to write y minus y1 equals 1/5 x minus x1. Okay, for now we are not going to put all of the points in, because if I put all the points in, everything falls out. So this y and x are going to stay as y and x to just keep the equation. And for x1 and y1, you are allowed to choose if you want to choose the first point or the second point, because this is what you have. You have 2 points on a line, and I am looking for the equation for the line. So the line going through these 2 points is going to be the same whether I use the first point or the second point. It will come out, and I will show you that it comes out to be the same equation. So I'm just going to use the first point just because it's first. You can use the easier point, whichever one looks easier. So I would do y minus, my y1 is going to be this here, -5 equals 1/5 x minus, and that's going to be -6. So I'm just going to simplify this here as y plus 5 equals 1/5, because remember, minus minus is plus, and this minus minus is plus, x plus 6. So now you're going to distribute. You have y plus 5 equals 1/5 x plus 6 over 5. Now we're going to solve everything. The next step is going to put everything into y equals equation. And in order to do that, I'm going to subtract 5. I'm just going to erase that from both sides. So I have now 6 over 5 minus 5, but I need to simplify that into the same denominator because I've just put that over 1. So we're going to use 6 over 5, 6 over 5. So we're going to use 5 as the same denominator. How did I get there? 1 times 5 is 5. -5 times 5 is going to be -25. And then you'll have just the numerators. -25 plus 6 is going to be -19 over 5. So now you have, since I canceled this, and I have y is equal to 1/5 x minus 19 over 5. And as I said, if you chose the second point, you would have gotten the same exact answer. You can try it, you can see, but you're going to get the same exact answer. You would have just wrote y minus -3 equals 1/5 x minus 4, and you solve it down, you are actually going to come up with this same answer. And this is called slope-intercept form, because that's my slope and that's my y-intercept.